Backhand index pointing right. Listen now. Jesus Christ motivation speech, USA audience, no gaps. Listen now is not just a phrase, it is a call to awareness. It means stop rushing, stop ignoring, stop distracting yourself for a moment, and pay attention to what truly matters. In a world full of noise, notifications, and constant pressure, people hear everything, but they don't truly listen. But this message says, backhand index pointing right, this moment matters, don't miss it. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that guidance often comes quietly. It doesn't always come in loud signs or big events. Sometimes, it comes as a small realization, a thought, a message like this, telling you to pause and reflect. My dear friends, listen now means something important is trying to reach you. Maybe you've been feeling lost. Maybe you've been ignoring your responsibilities. Maybe you've been delaying what you know you need to do. And right now, backhand index pointing right, this is your moment to wake up. Stop running from your thoughts. Stop hiding behind distractions. Backhand index pointing right, take a moment and listen. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to what your life is telling you. Listen to what needs to change. Because when you truly listen, backhand index pointing right, you gain clarity. Listen now, at a deeper level means. Backhand index pointing right, be honest with yourself. Backhand index pointing right, face your reality. Backhand index pointing right, accept what needs to improve. My dear friends, this is where transformation begins. You stop making excuses. You stop delaying action. You stop ignoring your potential. Instead, backhand index pointing right, you take responsibility. You begin to act on what you already know. You start making better choices. You move forward with purpose. And this changes everything. At the same time, the message of Jesus Christ reminds you that your life has direction. Backhand index pointing right, but you must be willing to listen. So pause right now. Focus your mind. Take one step forward. Because when you truly understand, listen now. You don't ignore the moments that can change your life. You become aware, take action, and move forward with clarity, purpose. As you go deeper into this message, you begin to realize something powerful. Listen now is not just about hearing words, it's about understanding and acting on them. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that many people hear guidance, but very few actually follow it. You may hear advice. You may feel something is wrong. But if you ignore it, backhand index pointing right, nothing changes. My dear friends, this is where awareness turns into action. Listen now, at this stage means you stop delaying what you already know you need to do. You don't wait for the perfect time. You don't wait for someone else to push you. Backhand index pointing right, you take action now. Because deep inside, you already know. Backhand index pointing right, what is holding you back. Backhand index pointing right, what needs to change. Backhand index pointing right, what you should start doing. But hesitation stops you. Fear delays you. Comfort holds you back. And that's why this message matters. Backhand index pointing right, don't ignore it again. When you truly listen, you become honest with yourself. You stop making excuses. You stop blaming situations. Instead, backhand index pointing right, you take responsibility. You begin to fix what needs fixing. You begin to improve what needs improving. You begin to move forward with intention. And this is where life starts changing. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Backhand index pointing right, but from this moment. At the same time, the message of Jesus Christ reminds you that guidance is always there. Backhand index pointing right, but only those who listen and act truly grow. So pause again. Think clearly. Take one step forward right now. Because when you truly understand, listen now. You don't just hear powerful words. You act on them, transforming your mindset, your habits, and your life through focused, intentional action. As you continue with this message, you reach a deeper level. Listen now becomes discipline and inner control. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that real change doesn't come from hearing once, it comes from consistently listening and applying it in your daily life. You are no longer just reacting to situations. You are now becoming more aware of your thoughts and actions. My dear friends, this is where real growth begins. You start controlling your decisions. You start choosing your actions carefully. You stop acting without thinking. Because now, backhand index pointing right, you are listening with intention. Listen now at this stage means you don't ignore small signs anymore. You notice when something is not right. You correct your mistakes quickly. You adjust your path when needed. Instead of repeating the same patterns. Backhand index pointing right, you improve them. And this creates a powerful shift. You waste less time. You make better choices. You move forward with clarity. Because now, you are not just hearing. Backhand index pointing right, you are understanding. At the same time, the message of Jesus Christ reminds you that wisdom is available to everyone. Backhand index pointing right, but only those who truly listen gain it. So keep going. Stay aware. Stay disciplined. Because when you truly understand, listen now. You don't move blindly through life. You move with awareness, control, and purpose, making decisions that lead you toward growth, success, and a stronger, more focused future. As you go further into this message, you reach a powerful stage. Listen now becomes clarity and direction. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that when you truly listen, not just with your ears, but with your mind, you stop feeling lost. You may still face challenges. You may still have decisions to make. But now, you don't feel confused like before. Because something inside you is clearer. My dear friends, this is where direction begins. You start understanding what truly matters. You start focusing on what actually helps your growth. You stop wasting energy on things that don't move your life forward. Because now, backhand index pointing right, you know where you are going. Listen now at this stage means you trust your understanding. You don't keep doubting every decision. You don't keep changing your path without reason. Instead, backhand index pointing right, you move with confidence. You take steps forward with purpose. You act with clarity. You stay committed to your goals. And this creates real progress. Because when your direction is clear, backhand index pointing right, your effort becomes powerful. At the same time, the message of Jesus Christ reminds you that guidance becomes stronger when you stay connected and aware. Backhand index pointing right, the more you listen, the clearer your path becomes. So keep moving forward. Stay focused. Trust your direction. Because when you truly understand, listen now. You don't feel lost anymore. You move forward with clarity, confidence, and a strong sense of purpose, building a life that is guided, focused, and meaningful.